I am from Mongolia. However, I'm currently based in Kampala, Uganda, working on humanitarian projects. I know I'm the first Mongolian TB survivor to speak up openly and honestly about my story.
I live in Madison, Wisconsin, and I grew up initially in southern India in a resettlement camp, a Tibetan resettlement camp, and then immigrated to the U.S. when I was 6 years old. As far as my experience with TB, it was probably around November of 2012 when I had a lot of chest pain and had a really dry cough. And it took, so many months of feeling very ill, and even walking around campus was a struggle for me. It wasn't until April of 2013 when I finally got diagnosed with MDR-TB.
When I was first diagnosed, my mom and I went to a local TB clinic in Mongolia. When we left the doctor's office, we were handed a patient logbook, book. And in that patient book, I noticed that my whole diagnosis was summed up with only one giant letter, and that was S. S stands for Surye, which means tuberculosis in English. I was very curious, and I was only 15 years old. So I asked my mom why the doctor didn't spell out the whole name in my patient book. And that's when my mom explained to me for the first time about tuberculosis stigma and discrimination. She explained that doctors do this for TB patients to protect them from potential stigma, bullying, and discrimination.
And so when I reflect back on some of my treatment, that process, it was incredibly difficult with all sorts of different side effects, from nausea to anxiety to peripheral neuropathy. And there was a point where my vision, it went from 20/20 vision to not being able to distinguish someone's face that was maybe 15, 20 feet away. I went to this conference. It's for survivors. And so I learned that it really encouraged me and was a catalyst for me to, that kind of experience, to really get engaged with some sort of advocacy related to TB. So especially to address TB in the US, it's so essential that we think about latent TB, and particularly in more vulnerable communities.
Along the way, I realized that I cannot be silent anymore, because by being silent, I was simply complying with the stigma. I was simply complying with those who stigmatize others based on their illnesses or struggles that they are going through.